Throughout history, empires have risen and fallen. Some lasted only years, others centuries. But a few became so powerful, they reshaped the world, conquering continents, controlling vast trade routes. Their armies were unstoppable. Their leaders were feared, respected, yet no empire lasted forever. Everyone faced the same end. Today, we explore the greatest empires in history, how they rose, how they ruled, and why even the strongest could not survive. The Persian Empire. More than 2,500 years ago, a leader named Cyrus the Great started building what would become one of the world's first superpowers. He began with a small kingdom, but through a series of battles, he quickly expanded it into a huge empire. Within a few decades, the Persian Empire stretched from Egypt all the way to Central Asia, ruling nearly half of the world's population at its peak. But Persia wasn't powerful just because of its army. It was smart in how it ruled. The Persians understood something important. Taking land is easy, but controlling it is much harder. Instead of forcing people to follow Persian culture, they allowed different regions to keep their own traditions, religions, and local leaders. This helped keep the empire stable and peaceful. They also built strong systems, like the Royal Road, which connected distant parts of the empire and made communication much faster. For that time, this was a big achievement. However, even the strongest empires face challenges. Soon, a young king named Alexander would rise to challenge Persia and change history forever. The Empire of Alexander the Great. When Alexander became king, he was only 20 years old. Many people thought he was too young and inexperienced to lead, but they were completely wrong. In just over 10 years, Alexander did something incredible. He defeated the mighty Persian Empire, won battle after battle, and built one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. His army traveled thousands of miles, crossing deserts, mountains, and lands far from home. And wherever Alexander went, he didn't just conquer. He built cities and spread Greek culture, language, and ideas. His influence reached places we now know as Egypt, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, and even parts of Pakistan. But Alexander's biggest weakness wasn't war, it was life itself. In 323 BCE, he suddenly died at just 32 years old, and without a clear leader after him, his massive empire quickly broke apart. However, even though his empire didn't last, his impact did. Alexander's ideas and culture continued to shape the world for centuries. The Roman Empire. If there's one empire that still fascinates people today, it's the Roman Empire. It started as a small city, but over time, it grew into the most powerful force in the ancient world. Roman armies conquered huge areas across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, ruling millions of people at their peak. But Rome's strength wasn't just its army, it was its innovation. The Romans built roads, bridges, aqueducts, and cities that were far ahead of their time. Their roads connected the empire like a network, allowing people, goods, and messages to travel quickly across long distances. They also created systems of law and government that still influence many countries today. However, success brought problems. Corruption increased, the economy weakened, and enemies at the borders grew stronger. Over time, the empire became too big to control. In 476 CE, the western part of Rome finally collapsed. But even after its fall, Rome never truly disappeared. Its ideas, systems, and influence are still part of the modern world today. The Mongol Empire. Imagine an empire so large it stretched across 2 continents, not built with huge cities or walls, but with speed, discipline, and smart strategy. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan, scattered tribes came together to form one of the most powerful forces in history. The Mongol army moved incredibly fast, using clever tactics that confused and defeated even the strongest enemies. Within a short time, they built the largest connected land empire the world has ever seen. Many people feared them, and stories of their brutality spread far and wide. However, there was more to them than just war. The Mongols supported trade, protected merchants, and helped connect different parts of the world through routes later known as the Silk Road. Because of them, ideas, cultures, and technologies spread more easily between East and West. But even an empire this powerful couldn't stay united forever. Over time, internal conflicts grew, and the empire broke into smaller parts, bringing an end to one of history's greatest expansions. The British Empire. By the 19th century, a new empire had taken control of the world, the British Empire. It became so vast that people famously said, "The sun never sets on the British Empire." At its peak, Britain ruled lands across almost every continent. Its powerful navy controlled major trade routes, connecting distant parts of the world like never before. Goods, ideas, and people moved across oceans on a massive scale. The Industrial Revolution gave Britain advanced technology, making it even stronger and more influential. For many years, it stood as the world's leading power. However, running such a huge empire was not easy. It required money, resources, and control over faraway lands. Then came the two world wars, which weakened Britain's strength. Slowly, its colonies began to break away and gain independence. Over time, the empire faded. But even today, its influence remains through the English language, legal systems, and political ideas used around the world. History is full of powerful empires. The Persians, the Macedonians, the Romans, the Mongols, and the British. Each one believed their power would last forever. Each one changed the world in incredible ways. And yet, every single one eventually fell. Their rise shows human ambition. Their success shows what people can achieve. But their fall teaches the most important lesson of all.